Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Edward Jude and today we're going to be going over my income report for the month of April. So first, let's talk about exactly what I'll be covering in today's video. So I'll be talking about what my goals were for this month. I'll be going over an overview of the specific sources of income. I'll be talking about the struggles I faced and the key lessons learned from them. And then I'll be going over the goals for the coming month, so the month of May, and also how I plan to achieve those goals. And at the end, I'm going to be adding a bonus section that I don't usually add, where I'm going to be talking about whether I am on track to achieve my 50K a month goal in the next year and a half or year and 6-7 months. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So for the month of April, I set a single and very realistic goal, which was to make my first sale or to have my first viral video. So, did I achieve it? Well, as you can see, I think we went viral. So I remember before this month, in my previous, I think it was my week 6 and 7 recap, I kind of said a viral video for me. What I saw to be a viral video is anywhere from 50 to 100k views. That's what I determined to be a viral video with where I was currently at that time. But as you can see, I went way over that threshold. So the story with this is basically I was posting normally, and a couple days into my trip to Dubai, I think there was a problem with my VPN or something was wrong with the server. So what happened was, even though I usually always target the US when I post my videos using a VPN, a free VPN, I think there was something wrong with my location, maybe something wrong with the server or my iPad or some kind of DNS error on my side or potentially even their side, but something was wrong. And instead of targeting a US-based audience, the video ended up hitting a Russian-based audience. So about 25 to 30% of the viewers were from, I think, Belarus. I think that was the primary location. And then the second most viewed was the US. It was about 20%. And then another 20% was from Ukraine. Another 20 was from Russia. And another 10 or so was from like Kazakhstan or those other Russian-speaking countries. And the rest were just random countries. So I got this first video, and there was nothing special about this video. I had probably made this exact same video with the exact same hand movements and background and text and sound and length and everything probably 10 times or 15 times or even more. But for some reason, this video just popped off, and so with what I've heard with organic e-commerce, once you get a viral video, what you usually do to kind of repeat that luck is you go ahead, you analyze each of the different parts of the video, and you try and find what specific factor, what specific part of the video made it go viral. So I tried to analyze this video, and at first I couldn't see anything in the video itself because I saw I used the same thing, I did the exact same thing, and I'd done that 10-15 times before. I posted on different days, different times. So I really couldn't understand exactly what was going on with this video. So I looked in the comments. Instead of looking at the metrics, I looked into the comments, and I saw in the comments that all of the comments were Russian. They were all written in Russian. All of the comments were in Russian, and that was quite surprising to me because I was targeting the US audience, and I've always gotten US based audiences, but for some reason this video hit a fully Russian audience. I'd say 95+% of the comment section was fully Russian. So with that being said, I looked into the metrics, and yes, it was backed by the data, by the metrics. The video did hit a primarily Russian audience. So what I did was I tried to see what they were talking about in the comments. What topic or what thing did they see in the video that they resonated with? Why did this video keep them watching? Because this video had a retention rate. It started off at 85 and went up to 90, 91. And the second video went up to like 98, 99. 800,000 people watched my video, and almost every single one of them watched the entire video, 98%. So that's incredible. So there was really something about this video. Maybe Russian people just have much better attention spans than what people from Western countries. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not from either of those regions. So with that being said, I tried to look into why this video went viral. In the comments, they were saying, can these glasses be used for welding? And people said it's an old man glass. Some people said it looks like Gojo's glasses. which I caught on to, but it was just a couple comments. But the main thing was people saying, where can I get it, where can I find it, and people saying in Russian, can I use these classes for welding? At least that's what I understood of it. Maybe there's something with like construction workers where you kind of, that adjustable polarity helps you when you're kind of welding two pieces of metal with the bright lights. I'm not exactly sure because I'm not a construction worker myself, but that's what I understood of it. So I thought to myself, fuck it. I've made English videos, they haven't worked out. I've done 30-40 videos. I don't speak Russian, I'm not Russian. I don't even have a Russian VPN, but every single video I post, let's just post in Russian. So the caption was Russian, the hashtag, I don't put hashtags actually, but I changed my bio to Russian. I changed my link to Russian. I added a Russian translation onto my website and app, and then I also put a Russian ruble kind of price changer so that they wouldn't be confusing US dollars. And I also changed the text to Russian, as you guys can see. This is basically what ChatGPT said was the most accurate and normal translation of what is Aura. So this is supposedly what, this is, and this is Aura. So I'm not Russian myself. I hope there's no flaws with this, but this is, from what I've seen, an almost perfect response, a perfect translation. So I put that in the video. I made the exact same video. There was nothing wrong, maybe a bit of a difference in the post-editing kind of saturation and like contrast and stuff, but I tried to make it look as good as possible, and I did the same thing in Russian. And this video, it went from 0 to 100k views in one day. So it went from 0 to 100k views in one day, and over the course of the next 2 or 3 days, it slowly gained maybe 15 to 20 to 30k views every single day. But with this one, it went a lot slower. So you can see, I'll show you guys later from the graph down here, but you will see that this video kind of started off at like 20k views, and after this viral video I kind of started gaining momentum. So the next couple videos got 15 to 20k views each. So this video getting 20k views was nothing. So that day I remember I was on my trip. It was during my 1 month trip to the UAE. So I went to Dubai Mall at about 12 o'clock. I remember waking up at 11, checking it was at 20k views. I went to Dubai Mall. When I went there, I connected to the mall Wi-Fi. I checked the video, it was at 40k. And then I checked every hour or so in increments, and it went to 40k, 60, 80, 100, 120. By the time I slept at 2 or 3 a.m. that night, this video was already at, I would say, God, who knows? I remember it was like 200k views. I don't even think it went that high. And then over the course of the next 2 to 3 days, it just didn't stop. This video is 800k views now, but I'm pretty sure this video, I took this screenshot like a couple days ago, maybe 2-3 days ago. If you check this exact same video on the Verishade page, I'll check it later, but I'm pretty sure the last time I checked earlier this week, maybe 1 to 2 days ago, I'm pretty sure this video is now at like 815, 820 days ago. I actually got an email just like an hour or two ago about this guy basically emailing me saying he wants these classes because I'm repurposing. I've stopped testing this product and I'm testing different ones, which I'll go on to in the future. So let's move on to the more business-based metrics. So this is my Shopify dashboard. So this video was posted on the 31st of March, and the second video was posted on the 14th. Sorry, posted a couple days after. I think it was on the 1st or the 2nd of April. So I only set this time frame to the course of these 2 weeks from the 31st of March to the 14th of April, because the second video really incrementally went up in views really slowly over the course of maybe even a week. It's still going up now, and it's been over a month. So that just goes to show you. I'm pretty sure this video will end up reaching well over 1 million views if we give it another month or two. So your boy got 982 sessions over the course of these 2 weeks, and the majority of these sessions came in the first week. So from the 31st of March to the 6th of April, the first spike you see over here came from this video. Like I told you, this video just went up fast and then it slowed down. So you can see it spiked up when the video got like 100k views. It's about 150 sessions on the 1st of April, and then it kind of lowered down. It's about 50 sessions or less than 50 sessions a day on the 2nd of April. And then you can see the second video I posted, like I said, on the 1st of April, and then it started gaining traction. So you can see this went up On the 3rd of April, I hit almost 200 sessions. That's my highest sessions I've ever gotten in a single day. I believe it was at about 195, almost 200, but we didn't quite break the 200 mark. With the 200 sessions, as I told you previously, over the course of a couple days, the views kept increasing at a drastic pace, over 100k views a day or more, probably. I'm not even sure at this point, but you can see April 3rd is the big spike, April 4th, 5th, 6th, and then around the 6th to the 7th is when it really started declining. But it's still gaining views to this day. It's still gaining, I'd say, 10k views a day right now. But in its peak, it was over 150k views a day. So, I've already said this in the previous week, but we ended up making $101.97 in revenue from this. And I have a profit margin of about 45%, so I'll go over that in just a moment. But a very, very low conversion rate. We had a conversion rate of 0.31%, which considering the industry standard is supposedly 2%. I haven't confirmed that metric just yet, but assuming the industry average is 2% for e-commerce stores, this is actually pretty bad. But assuming it's organic and considering that I have not that many followers and my website isn't perfect, obviously I haven't optimized AOV or like conversions or web pages or product pages, post-purchase upsells, discounts, offers, none of that. So I've seen stores making bank, like multiple 5 to possibly even low to mid 6 figures, still having conversion rates like 0.31%, like 0.51%. So I don't think this is too bad in and of itself. But over 1,000, basically 1,000 sessions, let's say 82 were from me, or 82 were repeat customers. So we got 900 sessions. So we got 3 orders in total, and this all happened on the same day. So the first order came early morning when I was sleeping, so maybe 3 a.m. on the 3rd of April, and then the next 2 happened once in kind of the afternoon of the 3rd of April, and then once in like the evening or kind of 8 p.m. That was the other order, and total of $101.97 in sales. So you might be asking, what's your profit, what's your loss, how much are you taking home, what's your revenue? So you can see I have my profit loss sheet, which I made on Google Sheets, and you can see the 3 sales came on the same day, the 3rd of April 2025. These were all sales. The income, which was basically the amount of money I received, the first sale was $20.58. It was my first sale, so I was lowering the price to get proof of concept that I can actually get sales. And once I did that, I upped the price to about $35.99, and I think it was $34.99 or $35.99. I think it's 34. I'm pretty sure it's $35.99, but with Stripe fees and everything, the income was $34.35 for both of these sales. So 34. This is in USD, obviously, and this was one of the problems I faced. So for the first product, I ended up having a cost of goods of $25. $24.60, and this was because the first order came from Staten Island, New York, and I was happy because the first order is from New York, which is in the US. It's a mainstream city. It's a global hub, so obviously it's going to be easy to ship this product and find like a public supplier that ships my product here. But that was not the case. I checked on AliExpress, I checked on Alibaba, Temu, Amazon. The only suppliers that shipped to Staten Island were really expensive, like 30, 40, 50 bucks. AliExpress and Alibaba simply did not ship to Staten Island, which I don't understand exactly what's wrong with Staten Island. Maybe it's this kind of like secluded place somewhere on the outskirts of New York. I'm not exactly sure because I'm not quite familiar with the US, but eventually the cheapest price I could find was $24.59 with shipping and everything. So yeah, we only profited $4 from that. And from the second, the 2 sales, the first one I was able to source for $17.43. This one was shipped to Germany, and for that I had a profit of $16.92. And then for the income for the third one, you can see I was able to source this for $20.62, and I made a profit of $13.73. And the third product was ordered from a customer from Ukraine in Kiev. I'm not exactly sure how the situation is right there, but he kind of ordered it in the middle of a war zone, and that kind of brought some issues to me as the supplier. So we'll be going over that in just a minute. Moving on, this is the interesting part, and probably the breakthrough that we've all been waiting for. Sorry, my mic just kind of, anyways, what the hell. Okay, continuing. So as you probably know, Imangazi just recently invested into WAP, which is basically this online digital product selling platform. So, you know, I was seeing him all around the place, kind of advertising his investment in WAP. So I thought, why not check it out? Why not see what this is all about? So I went onto WAP, I scrolled around, and this was quite early, like on the 6th or 7th of April, I remember I started doing this. And I came across this thing called content rewards. By now, you guys are probably all familiar with it, but back then, it was really something I wasn't used to. I saw all these people like paying for views and paying, like, if you get 1,000 views, you get $1 or $2, and I was really interested. So I gave it a go. I connected. I didn't even connect anything really. I haven't even paid this out, as you can see. It still says available to pay out to your bank, but I clipped. And then I made videos for these creators. First it was a Hancho, and then I moved on to like a private UGC creator group. And over the course of from the 7th of April to maybe the 25th, maybe even the I think it was the 26th of April. So over the course of like 20 days, I was able to make $427.56 from clipping. And this sounds extremely great, but I'll be going over exactly why it isn't as great as you think it sounds in a bit. And this is all profit, by the way. I made $427.56 in take home. Probably not take home, because I forgot to consider there are Stripe fees, so this may be $420, $415. I have no idea. Just a little bit of a sign of proof, so you can see lifetime earnings $427.56. This is now at 430. Actually, I got some more views, but leaderboard rank is 2259, and yeah. So that all sounds great and all, but it didn't come without a lot of issues, and I'll be going over exactly what issues I faced during this time. So first of all, fulfilling orders was a mess. So this ties back into the whole Ukraine thing I was telling you earlier. So the first thing was, I thought, you know, I would get sales. I would just go to AliExpress and I would, you know, order the products to their houses for a cheaper price, and everything would be fine. And I would be dancing around, and, you know, they just wouldn't care about the packaging and everything. But it wasn't as simple as I thought it would be. So, like I said earlier, for the Staten Island situation, it was really hard finding a supplier. I probably spent an entire day trying to find a supplier for Staten Island. So that was a big mess. I spent probably 8-10 hours just trying to find someone to ship that product there, and I had to contact a lot of suppliers, email them, make sure they were able to carry it out properly. The Germany order was fine, right? And the Ukraine order, what basically happened was, he gave a very broad address, and he gave it in Russian. I'm pretty sure Russian is the primary language of Ukraine. I'm not exactly sure. Forgive me if I made a mistake there, but he basically said it in Russian or Ukrainian, and I just didn't understand where his address was. And because, you know, he gave the address in Russian, and it was kind of all over the place. And then when I went into, you know, AliExpress to ship his order, it was only in English. So he said something random like Shlashny Bashny in this station, in this kind of place. But when I went to AliExpress, it was very specific. It's in this country, in this state, in this region, in this building number. So it was extremely hard for me to pin down his location. First of all, that took me several hours. And once I was kind of confident enough to take that bet to actually send the product to him, a couple of days later, it got stuck in customs. I'm not sure if it's because of something wrong with the supplier. It's AliExpress, so I don't think it's that big of a problem. Maybe it's just something to do with the country situation with all the sanctions. I don't think Ukraine is sanctioned, actually, but, you know, they're in an active war, so maybe there's kind of a bit of a procedure I wasn't too sure of, maybe a permit I needed. But yeah, so the the item got stuck in customs, and AliExpress was basically telling me to come pick it up from the station at the border. So I just didn't understand. Like, I couldn't tell my customer to go and pick it up at this station or this border. I don't even know where he lives, or if it's far, if it's near. So I was in contact with the supplier. I was in contact with the email they gave me to sort this all out. I'm not exactly sure what happened. It was quite a while ago, but they basically told me it was in this storage facility and I had to go pick it up because there was a problem and they couldn't deliver it with the courier service there. Maybe it was a problem with the courier service. I'm not exactly sure. But because of that, it took a lot of back and forth. But in the next day or two, the product was thankfully delivered. I'm kind of zoning out here. But the second issue, not issue, I meant mistake. I was trying to say mistaken issue. It became issue. But continuing, so the second issue was that clipping takes a lot of time. So I believe I said issue. But you can see I made $427.56 from clipping, which may seem like a lot of money. But 427 cents in 56 days over the course of 20 days took me an average of maybe 6 to 8 hours of work every single day. So if you divide this, I'm not exactly sure what the number is, but let me just do it on my phone here. I'll show you guys. So if we take 420, let's just say 420, I made $420, and then it took me 20 days, and then it took me 6 hours of work a day, which is a conservative estimate. You can see I was making $3.5 an hour. $3.5 an hour, I'm pretty sure is below minimum wage. I think minimum wage is like $7-8. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but you know, it took a lot of time, 6-8 hours of time every single day to clip and make this much money. So it was extremely tiring, and I was really anxious. Honestly, it was just really like, emotionally and mentally and physically draining to edit these clips and export them and connect to the VPN, and it's not as easy as it seems, especially when you have a lot of devices and you have to target and you have to post and like storage, and like it was a bit of a mess, honestly. It's not as easy as it seems, for me at least, because I didn't go viral. All of these were from like, there's these little itsy bitsies, like these 1K view, 2K view videos. So this basically means I got 400K views in total over the course of the month. The third issue is that I suffered from tunnel vision and shiny object syndrome. So this ties into number 2. Clipping took a lot of time, so I kind of, for a majority of those 20 days, I really neglected organic dropshipping, and I was fully focused on making money with clipping, because clipping was kind of giving me this fresh dopamine hit every single day. So I would do clipping, and then I would get money like almost instantly, because the payouts are every single hour. And going to bed every day, seeing I was making $25-30, I felt on top of the world. I felt like, oh, I was paying off product tests, and because of that I was tunnel visioning, and I kind of for those 20 days like organic e-commerce wasn't even a thing for me. I just completely threw it in the trash, and I was fully focused on clipping. Anyways, and I also got shiny object syndrome, where basically I saw these kind of digital product advertisements. Imangati also had this kind of live challenge where it was basically talking about building digital products, and also because I'm discovering this whole new platform called WAP, where there's all these different digital products and things you can sell, and courses, and like kind of you can run digital agencies and digital services. And I was really all over the place because the platform is just such a big place, and I was seeing so many people succeed so much with so many different things, to the point where I wasn't kind of sure exactly what I this mic, I swear to God, I wasn't exactly sure what I had to do. So a lot of times I was completely all over the place. This mic, I literally just bought this mic and it's already broken. So so because we've made our first bit of decent money, I think it's about time we start setting a bit more ambitious goals for the next month. We have a steady and reliable source of income, which is clipping, that we can fall back on to fund our e-commerce business at any time. And with that being said, the goal for the month of May is, drumroll, first things first, to make at least $200 from clipping. So you may be saying, what, Edward, you've already made $430 from clipping last month in just 20 days, not even a full month. So why are you kind of undercutting yourself and setting an even lower goal of $200 from clipping? Well, like I said earlier, clipping takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of pressure, and clipping takes so much time and so much effort, for me at least, and the campaign I was doing, that even probably led to a breakup. That's a whole new story. I have videos on that, but it's just so mentally, emotionally draining, just doing the same thing. Because I was posting 45 videos a day. I was posting 5 videos a day on 3 different accounts on 3 different platforms. And each platform was on 3 different phones, and I was editing on one, and I was doing it on CapCut on my phone. So to get rid of the watermark, I had to transfer it to my PC, remove the watermark, and then send it back to my phone. And it was a mess. I could have been more efficient, but I just didn't know any better at that time. So my goal is to make at least $200 a month from clipping. And the second thing is to test at least 4 more products. And to order a product to test, maximum it cost me $30 to $35 a product. So with $35 a product times 4, that's $130, $140 and $150 at max. And then I would have my CapCut Pro subscription, which is like $10 a month, and I would have my Shopify subscription, which is like $29.99, so like $30 a month. So I would have another $10 which I could spend on like a VPN or something. So yeah, my goal is to make at least $200 from clipping, and then use that money to fund my product tests, order products, and also run my store in terms of kind of paying for the subscriptions, and also all the things that kind of tie into this mechanism. And then my last goal is to make at least $500 from the business. So I made a total of $430 plus 40 from the, so $470. Let's just say $460 after fees and everything. I made $460 take home in profit this month, but a majority of that was from clipping. Clipping is not a scalable thing, at least for me. It's dependent on luck. Yes, you can improve the hook. Yes, organic dropshipping is also dependent on luck and getting views. But I feel like clipping is not really my thing. I don't feel like it's scalable. I don't feel like it's teaching me any skills in the long term other than how to make other people look good. So yeah, my third goal is to make at least $500 from the business. So that means sales. That means not this, but this. This month I want to see $500 here in revenue. Maybe in profit. I think when I first made this goal, I was thinking about revenue, but profit would be better, obviously. That would mean a very viral video or a semi-viral video with high conversions, or multiple semi-viral videos, multiple viral videos. I also set some personal goals which aren't directly related to business. So the first goal is to journal every single day. I've been journaling for since the 23rd of February, I think. So it's been, I think, since the 23rd of April, actually. So I have no idea, but I've been journaling for quite a while now. And because I've been journaling for quite a while, I was able to kind of clear my mindset and kind of get everything on track, because now I was no longer kind of stuck, because with all this mental stress I'm having and anxiety, I've kind of gone zoned out, and every day I feel like I'm working towards nothing. I'm putting in the work, but at the end of the day, if I don't collect my thoughts in one single space, especially if I don't write it down, the power of the written word is very important, because when you type things, you're not necessarily kind of getting that mental flow that you may need to be able to kind of process everything. So journal every single day. I do once in the morning, once in the night, every single day. I haven't missed any day except maybe 1 or 2. And my next goal is to read at least 3 new books. So this month I read 2. I read I think it was How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the second book was I think Atomic Habits. So the second book was The Alchemist, and half of Atomic Habits. So this month I want to read Atomic Habits. I want to finish that book, and then I bought the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. I want to read that book. It's kind of like a business mindset, kind of like an ideology book. And then the last book I want to read is probably Millionaire Fastlane or 48 Laws of Power. I'm trying to read more kind of foundational books before I start getting into specific ones like Blue Ocean Strategy and kind of I'm not sure what Alex Hormozi's book is. I think it's like $100 million sales or something like that, 100 million something. But I want to read that book too. Before I start reading more specific business books, I think it's important to kind of get my mind in check. And I've kind of realized the importance of having a strong mental framework and kind of being mentally calloused and having strength in your mind and not being weak once I went through this breakup, because it was completely shattering and it just kind of it threw me off. Like, it didn't matter if I was making 200k a month, because I wasn't mentally strong at the time of the breakup, and because I was kind of blind to the things that were happening, it all hit me like a freight train, and I was completely thrown off course there. But that's a topic for another video. Anyways, the last goal is to drop down from 17% to 14% body fat. So as you guys can see here, I'm not the leanest person in the world. I was at 20% body fat and I dropped down to 17%. But my goal is for by the end of May, I want to be 14% body fat. So you guys will be seeing, I'm not going to talk about this. This channel isn't about fitness. It isn't about going to the gym. It isn't about weight loss. But you guys will see in the future videos, maybe come to the month of May's income report, and you'll be seeing your boy's going to have a sharper jawline, a leaner face, more bone structure. He's going to be looking a bit better and feeling a bit better, and that's going to reflect in all different aspects of my life. So the most important part of this video, I said all these things, I said all these plans, these goals, but how do I plan to achieve these goals? So the first things first, I'm going to choose low effort, high consistency campaigns and take advantage of YouTube Shorts. So what does this mean? Well, what I mean is, like I said, I'm putting a lot of effort, and I'm also having to be very consistent to be able to make money with clipping. So I'm going to start choosing low effort campaigns. So instead of having to plan full scripts and wearing the right outfit, putting it at the right angle and spending an hour editing a single video, I'm going to find campaigns where I can just literally spend 2-3 hours whenever I want, maybe even like 2-3 hours every other day, and then just get $200 a month. So something I can be consistent with, something that's not like a one-time flash campaign, but something that's also low effort, like just simply repurposing or like putting captions on content. And I'm going to post 2 to 3 videos a day for each product every single day. So 3 products a day times 2 products, that's 6 videos a day times 3 platforms, that's 18 videos a day. I'm pretty sure 18 videos times a month, that's 540. Maybe I'm getting that fully wrong. I'm a bit tired. It's midnight. But either way, I feel like I'm just posting videos to post videos. So the last goal is, once videos are filmed and clips are posted, spend as much time doing product research as possible. So like I said earlier, I feel like I'm kind of lost right now. I don't feel like I'm that structured when it comes to the way I'm doing business. So what I mean by that is, I'm filming videos every single day, but I post them, they get 1,000 views, 1,500 views, 1 in 500 videos goes viral, makes me 3 sales. I don't really feel like I'm moving any closer to my goal of 5k a month or 10k a month in profit by the end of this year. And we're already 5 months in, so we have 7 more months, which is definitely possible. I'm doing it. I'm really doing it. 7 months, 10k a month, bro. We're doing it. Either way, like I said, I was kind of feeling lost, like all over the place. Like I was doing things, but I wasn't doing things that were getting me closer to my goal of 5 to 10k a month by the end of this year. So I took some time to just reflect. Took some time to stop thinking so like kind of in a clueless manner and start kind of being more structured in my approach. And I realized the reason was because I wasn't split testing. What I mean by this is, yes, I post 3 videos a day, but the reason that I go to sleep every single night and wake up every morning and spend every minute of every day feeling like I have no idea what I'm doing or having a stress like I'm not executing ruthlessly enough is because I'm not structuring my posts. So I'm posting videos, but I'm just posting videos and just hoping and praying to God that one goes viral, and hopefully people buy my product, hopefully people will like, hopefully this one is the one that's special. But if you focus on luck, if you rely on luck, if you rely on things out of your control, I don't think it's very easy to be ambitious and easy to achieve things, because everyone else is relying on luck, right? So I'm going to post 2 or 3 videos a day, but these videos are going to be split tested. So I'm going to have 3 videos with different titles for the same video concept, and different subtitles and different captions, different songs, different backgrounds, different hand movements, so that I actually don't feel lost and all over the place when I'm filming videos, and I can do everything I can do, test as many concepts as I know of, test as many variables in those concepts that I know of, and once that's done, F that product on to the next, because I can't really rely on luck and hope for a viral video that may never come, right? So with that being said, let's move on to the bonus section. It's time for the bonus section. Am I on track to make 50K a month in profit? Not consistently. My first 50K profit month by 2027. Now it's May of 2025, so that means we have 1 year and 7 months to go. A little bit less than 7 months, now that it's the 5th of May by the time of me filming this video. But the short answer is yes, we are. You may be thinking, oh my god, you're literally making 1%, right? Because you're aiming to make 50K a month by 2027, but you're only making $500 a month, and you're making a majority of that $500 from something that's not scalable, something that you can't sharpen. So what makes you think you're gonna get that 50K a month mark? Well, it comes down to a simple fundamental reasons. First things first, I've gotten my first viral video, and I've also gotten proof of concept. That's important, because now I have this mental framework, I have this kind of belief in me that I can actually go viral, because I've gone viral once, I've gotten sales once. I'm sure that my website is working. It's not just there's something wrong with my payment processor, something wrong with my checkout page, with the markets and taxes. I've gotten proof of concept that once I make a sale, people can actually buy my product and money can actually come into my account. And I've also gotten the proof of concept of kind of fulfillment and fulfilling the orders and suppliers. So I'm a bit more comfortable with the overall process, and I've gotten the proof of concept being the first video, a viral video, and the second viral video, and also the first, second, and third sales, to kind of convince myself subconsciously that this is possible and I should keep going, which is a form of kind of motivation, which is actually important to keep me locked in. The second thing is I have a steady income stream, which is clipping to fund product tests. So even if I have to give maybe 10 plus hours a week, I have a steady income stream to fund my product tests and to be able to kind of test more products every single week and every single month, which is important because previously I was relying on my parents to fund my tests, and they were thinking I was some kind of my parents are very, very supportive, obviously. I'm not trying to throw any shade to them. I couldn't ask for better parents, but obviously when your son is trying to start an e-commerce business, making videos of random ass products and saying he needs to buy 5 products a month and spend $150, and then if that doesn't work, he's going to do another 5 products and another 5 products. They may see it like you're just kind of burning money, you're throwing it in the trash. So now that I'm able to find money myself, even if it's kind of labor intensive and less than minimum wage in a way, if I'm able to find money myself, I have the freedom to test whatever product I want at whatever price point at whatever time I want. And that freedom is honestly just game changing. It's crucial. And the last point is that one winner is all it takes to skyrocket everything. Like I said, all it takes is one viral video with one high converting product to make 3K. If I considering that a high converting product is considered to be 1 to 3K in revenue for every million views, if I just have a video that gets another million views and that video ends up being for a product that's a high converting product with a high converting store, then I'm going to be making 3K. And then if I make a viral video that gets 3-4 million views, suddenly that 3K becomes 5K in profit. And I need one of those videos a month out of those 500 plus videos I'm pumping out every single month to be able to get this. So if you look at the numbers, 3 videos a day times 2 products times 3 platforms times 30 days a month, it really starts to kind of put into perspective that you just kind of have to kind of up the numbers, right? I could do much more, but for now I can only afford to test 2 products at a time. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. So for the month of April, we made a total of $470 take home profit, And the goal for the next month is to make 200 from clipping and 500 profit from the business. So, excuse me, a total of $700 in total. And that's going to be coming from testing 4 more products, and also have some personal goals of journaling every single day, reading at least 3 new books, dropping down to 14% body fat, and my final goal is probably to find peace in myself and to stop being this heartbroken guy. As cringe as it sounds, this is probably my last goal. I'm actually gonna add it here. Stop being heartbroken. Because this is, believe it or not, even if I don't want to think of it, you know, it is impacting everything I do, because I can't work without thinking about these things and having my mind wander everywhere. So I've cut everything off. What happened. You know, you can't really do anything about it. So these are my goals. I have 4 personal goals, 4 mental, and kind of more personal goals, and then I have 5 business goals with 2 of them being more income based. So yeah, this is my plan. If you guys have any advice or things you want to say about my plan, my results, you know, whatever I've said, if you have any insights to offer, go ahead, leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be happy to have a nice conversation with you guys. In my previous video, I have my Discord link, so you guys can go ahead and text me on Discord if you want to communicate, or if you want to just connect, or maybe if you just want to share some advice or something. But either way, this is my income report for the month of April, and this is the goal. These are the goals that I set for the month of May. With that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking around till the end of this video. It's a bit long, 42 minutes, but it's alright, and we'll see you guys next month. Peace.